Hola amigos, mi nombre es Gerardo Venegas. Mi participación dentro de la película de Men from Jalisco, mi personaje es Manuel Meño. Es mecánico de lo que viene siendo maquinaria agrícola y trabaja para la familia Van Horn, una familia dedicada a la ganadería y la agricultura. ¡A la madre! Bueno, pues The Men from Jalisco es una película muy interesante, es una película muy bien redactada, sobre todo por nuestro director que es Ryan Brandt, que tiene unas cosas muy originales, aunque se habla de una especie de mafia, pero ahora tiene que ver no con drogas, sino con el control del agua en lo que viene siendo aquí en Estados Unidos en los campos agrícolas. Entonces se me hace un proyecto muy original, muy bueno. ¿Y qué va a pasar con los ilegales?
Crossing the border is dangerous. People disappear. Sometimes bad things happen.
Pablo, ¿cuánto más tiempo piensas tener ese pobre cabrón ahí encerrado?
Su tiempo vendrá pronto. No hay razón de mantenerlo vivo. The man from Jalisco is no more.
Drought's a serious thing out here on the West Coast, and it's been an issue for a long time. And you know, in this film depicting the whole fact that here the cartel, myself part of that, trying to take over the rights. When there's money, there's there's greed.
The movie has so many topics, show so many topics: agriculture, nature, family, different cultures, and the problems, that we have in the border. So it's very interesting. I just wondered about my brother Antonio. What time he came to work today?
He didn't show up for work today. He didn't call or nothing. You need to go to the police immediately.
Just take him. You know where.
My name is Mayra Rodriguez. I play the role of the dancer or the stripper. My background is from Mexico. I was actually born in Mexico. I was born in Juarez, which is a border town south of El Paso, Texas. There's a lot of things in my hometown that are very similar to the subject in this film in particular. So that's one of the main things that attracted me to the film, and one of the main things that I thought was very important for me as far as participating.
The story, The Man from Jalisco, I got the characters from, I took people who who've been working for my dad, and I see the harmony. Our foreman who works for Brand Company, Cattle Company, just saw how good a person he is, enthusiastic about work, and I thought to myself, there's got to be a story about, what if you put this guy in a cloak and dagger type of a situation where he's fighting, he's the hero and fighting the villains, and I just thought, why not? And so that's why the Man from Jalisco's got put together. His family is from Jalisco, and they're nice people, great people, and it's a good part of Mexico, really good part of Mexico, and I wanted to capture that.
My name is Michael Reeves. I played the role of Nick Van Horn, son of Big Daddy Van Horn, and it's a good character to play. My dad in the movie's supposedly pretty tough on me, and you can see that I'm trying to kind of fight back and make a name for myself in the way I interact with him, and he's hard on me, and sometimes I look bad in front of the other people, and that hurts my pride, and so I try and rise up and look like a tough guy, and even though at that point in my life and character I actually am not that kind of guy yet. Well, the drought's a big deal, and there are people trying to steal water, and there are big money players trying to maneuver around and gain control of the water, and really the water is everything. I mean, especially for the Imperial Valley, if there's no water, there's no valley. Nobody lives here if there's no water. The reason people live in the Imperial Valley is because the Colorado River almost dead ends here, and so with all the sunshine plus the guaranteed water, we can grow crops, and we're one of the biggest suppliers of food in the entire United States. And the water is a big deal. Every time there's a drought, I mean, water's more precious than oil. You don't need oil to live, but you need water to live for food and drink. And honestly, if I could buy stock in something, I'd buy stock in water.
Amazing. All this water, and the cities don't even think about using it.
Yeah, these coastal cities are pretty damn stupid. Piping their drinking water all through our little river in the desert, while they have the chance to desalinate all this ocean water.
Let's hope they don't get that idea.
You're right about that, Jeff. Hey, and it's good for us. It's not our fault they want to be stupid.
You were laughing at them all the way to the bank.
Hell yeah. Hey, we're making the big bucks, boys.
Yes, we are.
The Colorado River, the mighty but little river that flows down the western states into the Grand Canyon, where the river exposes some of the oldest visible rocks on Earth, dating as long as 2 billion years. This little river, over millions of years formed and made this canyon grand. As this little river winds its way down beside the canyon walls, it widens into a large lake known as Lake Mead, the largest reservoir in the continental United States. This lake was formed thanks to the Hoover Dam. The Hoover Dam was constructed in 6 years during the 1930s to help control the flooding of the river that was happening in California. This dam helped our farmers to be successful in growing the crops in the Imperial Valley. But now, Lake Mead has shown signs of drought. The river line has lowered due to not enough snowfall in the Rockies. Plus, more cities in the west are needing more water, which means the river will lower even more. Can the snowfall in the Colorado Rockies sustain all the West's water needs? Why can't the cities on the coast depend on their own water that is right in front of them? The answer to solve this problem is very easy. They could build desalination plants. If an aircraft carrier can harvest its own water from the ocean, why can't the cities on the coast do the same? You don't need big ones. You can do smaller but effective ones that could sustain the water needs of each neighborhood on the coast. Also, with more new and improved desalination plants, we can help preserve marine life, as one plant is doing now. And if the desalination plants can run on solar power, well, that would help the environment even more. Let's help the cities to build their own effective and environmentally safe desalination plants, so the cities could one day not be dependent on a little river that the farmers already depend on for growing food. A little river that needs to be left alone. Help us stop the transfer of the Colorado River's water to the coast, for without water there is no food, and without food there is no life. Over and over the water breaks and no one listens as the land slowly dies. Sincerely, the men from Jalisco.
I'm a winner by nature, the nation gon' listen. Explicit content got them streets going crazy. I'm full of excitement cause I'm back in this bitch. Dark Charles on the beat on some gangster shit. Which one of you suckers wanna battle? I must warn you, highly respected with these rhymes, I won't avoid you. Calm your nerve, boy, you sound like a hoe. It ain't my fault that you're broken, oh, never sell my soul, executives gotta go. I'm running my own show, performing in Mexico.
What's going on here? Manuel's disappeared, which I didn't much like the guy anyway. But Antonio, really leading.
Antonio's family has to be found. Antonio, Maria, Angelica. It's just so sad.
I know. I talked to Sergeant Howard this morning. They're looking.
Why would a drug cartel be after him?
I don't know. But I'm gonna get to the bottom of it, I promise.
I hope so.
What time is the party tonight?
Oh, yeah, I don't know.
Honey, we need to go. It's a 100-year anniversary. We won't have to stay long.
Okay. I'll go for you.
Zendeja's hardware store is located in Calipatria, California on 118 Main Street. Whether you're a pro or taking on a do-it-yourself home improvement project for the first time, Zendeja's is ready with their expert advice, tools, equipment, and the products you need to get the job done. Zendeja's Hardware in Calipatria, California are ready to help. Come in and see them today.
Assaggio's Ristorante Italiano in Brawley. Come enjoy our large menu, including pastas, chicken, seafood, veal, steaks, and much, much more. Then relax in our bar lounge and watch the latest sports with a beer, martini, or chavella. Assaggio's in Brawley.
If you need to buy or rent a tractor or need tractor parts,
stop by Jordan Central Implement. Since 1955, their sole purpose is to render the highest standard of service to their customers. They recognize that people are their greatest asset and believe that honesty, integrity, and a safe work environment based on teamwork and professionalism
are the keys to success.
Hey, Mike Morris here from El Centro Motors. You sitting at home, kicking back, watching the game, just keep watching the game. Call us. We now have mobile service. We will come out to you and do your service while you're home watching the game. Oil changes, you name it, we will come out and do it at your home with our mobile service. Got one of those pesky recall letters in the mail? Call us. We'll schedule you an appointment and we'll come out and do it at your house. It's that simple and it's that easy at El Centro Motors.
so many fish, they were practically flying in the boat.
They really were, Joe.
I'm telling you, Joe, you missed out. You need to take the day off and come and go fishing with us.
Gotta do it. Cattle market's shitty.
Dan seems to get away.
Dan has partners.
Get a partner.
There you go. Last time I did that, a son of a bitch almost walked away with my whole company.
Sometime you take the day off, or at least the weekend, come up to San Diego and go fishing with us.
Joe, you gotta do it.
Ronnie's got a new boat.
Well, I heard it was a nice one.
Oh, man. It's a 70-footer. It has the latest fish tracking system. I'm telling you, this thing is a sweet beauty.
May everybody please take their seats. Dinner and the show is about to begin.
Gentlemen.
So we're happy that everybody's here this evening for us to talk about the Valley, the 100th centennial of the Imperial Valley. Imperial Valley is here because of water. Water came into this valley from Colorado River via the All-American Canal after we had a huge flood because there were no dams on the river at that time. And that flood created the Salton Sea. And we have the Salton Sea to thank for being able to establish some dams on the Colorado River. Well, the interesting thing about the Colorado River is that a lot of the soil that we have in this valley today came straight out of the Grand Canyon. You can look at the soils that we farm here and look at that huge hole in northern Arizona and understand where our soils came from and what they do for us. And we're able to grow so many crops here. We grow everything from A to Z, starting at artichokes, ending at zucchini, putting alfalfa in the middle, sugar beets, lettuce, broccoli, cauliflower. We are the winter home of vegetables. So we also produce a lot of alfalfa for the dairy industry, and we have a huge cattle industry here. You know, there's almost 250,000 head of cattle on feed in the Imperial Valley. We're thankful for that. So with that, you may know a couple of these guys up here. One of them on the left is Nicholas Van Horn. Nicholas immigrated from Holland in the 1920s because he wanted to venture into the cattle industry. On the right is Bob Moore. Bob was the founder of Valley Tractor Company, and those two gentlemen did a lot of business together. We're thankful that everybody showed up this evening to understand our centennial for the Valley, and happy you came.
So tell me, how's business? How's that land you bought up at my place? I haven't seen very much going on there.
I thought you knew. I leased that out to Cal Farms. The ground wasn't making any money. Walter calls me up. So I keep pushing the bid up higher and higher. And he took it. And then he asked me if I knew anyone that also wanted to sell some ground that wasn't making any money. Now, I figured you'd be interested, but I didn't say anything to him. But you should think about it, Joe.
I've heard Cal Farms trying to sell the water rights out.
Where the hell did you hear that?
Well, actually, I haven't heard it. But come on. I'm no fool. Pasturing that much cattle for that much land? This don't make sense. Absurd.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Why should people care if the farmers want to sell out anyways? If there's a transfer, so what?
So what?
Look, our senators and congressmen don't care about what happens to the water. And that one Senator Bernstein, he's telling the directors if they don't make a sell, they'll take all the water without any sell. So either we make money or we don't.
Yeah, and it's you guys that are bribing our representative to try to take control of the water. It's chicken shit.
Joe, listen to your wife, Joe.
Oh, Carson, why don't you just shut the hell up? Don't you tell my husband to shut up. Your husband is the one causing all the problems. my husband causing the problems. You see that picture up there? That's my father and his father. And they spent their whole lives giving us all what we have now. And you think that my husband should give up his vision? Hell no. We're not the problem. You all are the problem.
Sorry about my parents, y'all. They've had a little too much to drink.